welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Justice for All. My name's SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
In last episode, we cross-examined Miss Oldbag as the witness, and Edgeworth is acting very strange. And I think I like it, but I hate it because it's making us look bad, and it's not looking good for us at all.
Right, we all know the consequences if we don't get a complete acquittal in today's trial, so we got a lot of pressure.
Yes, and we only have 1 day, so this is not looking too good. So,
No.
Time to cross-examine the old bag.
Have fun!
Oh, God. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, and well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Well, okay.
Yeah, that's something. So Mr. On-Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yay.
Alright.
Okay. I want to... Hold on. I'm going to press on the very last statement. When she said it was on guard, I'm like, are you sure about that?
Because, let's just say, it's very reminiscent about something that happened in the first game.
Yeah.
And something that she said there as well. But, we'll get to that. You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yeah!
That's you, never mind. Do not even start with me right now. Do not even start.
Why were you gonna do that?
I was just in the flow of it, alright? It just happened.
Were you having flashbacks thinking you were at your old LP?
Shut up. I don't even know what I did for her in my old LPs.
Oh my God.
I ain't doing her voice. Continue, please.
That made my day. Okay.
I'm sure it did.
Yes, Yesy.
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do we get a sense of deja vu?
Because it happened last game.
Maybe to avoid a mess like last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
Okay, not the person's face, not the person's carrying, but rather the person's clothes.
Once again, Phoenix just gave a clue about just to avoid a mess like last year. So if you think back about what happened in Turnabout Samurai, you should know where this is going.
And you better have played the game before this.
Right.
Before you play this game. If you don't, you deserve a pat on the hand.
I think it's a slap on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Crap.
Now, please tell the court about this man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he always wearing. That racing jacket.
Oh, he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
No. No.
Please continue.
Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Wait a minute. No, it was very important.
Yes, did you click not?
No.
Oh, okay. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth?
Oh, obviously not.
Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to the testimony. I don't don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please.
Oh, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
Woman, you badmouth everybody for everything.
He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it was all just for show. Now, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Now, wait a minute. What was that other piece of evidence we had gotten with the knife? The Jammin' Ninja's button? It was ripped from his costume and covered in Kurita's blood, found in On Guard's hakama.
Now, if you guys don't know what a hakama is, I think like it's basically, I don't want to say a gown, or do you want to say that? I mean, it could be a gown.
I don't think it's a gown. Future Skinny, go ahead and put up a picture of a hakama.
Boop. All right. Now, what I'm trying to get at here is I think it covers the entire body. It's not just kind of like pants. I think. I don't know.
Yes.
I might be mistaken there.
I believe it's really big and it should cover up the whole body. So, yes. So,
okay.
Yes. So anyway, and if a button was found in that big old hakama thing, how could he be wearing his flashy red jacket if you can't see it underneath the hakama? So, present that here. And what do we say?
By. What, present that mug?
There you go.
Oh, I was gonna say present the hakama. Hakama.
Come on, you of all people should know how to do that.
Oh, you know what? Well, never mind. You're kind of right. Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
Ah! It's a button number 2 on Jammin' Ninja's costume. Wow.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Wow. She really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full-body search.
See? See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard.
It was caught up into the Nickel Samurai's hakama pants.
See? See? And on guard is the Nickel Samurai.
Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say to the defendant, Man on Guard was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Oh.
Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe... Oh, God. But instead, you have to put up wearing this ridiculous outfit. Insidious, hideous, right? It's heavy. It's so heavy. I wish I could have switched to CDs a long time ago, but you keep it dreaming live for the kids out there. If you don't understand now, take a look at the bear. Your clothes are just as interesting as the documentary on curling. You should try and take it...
You okay there?
Yeah, just getting some water. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now hold your tongue there still for just 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the Nickel Samurai!
But when you think about it...
Not this crap again.
Exactly.
They're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point that we're talking about here.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth thinking about. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Snap.
Oh, all right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you.
Good job, Phoenix.
Dang old woman.
Who I saw.
On guard, on guard. Oh, yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was a Nickel Samurai I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
thought you were about to say Nickelback, and I'm like,
No.
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 I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else in that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngins today. I told you there's no way in anyone else. It was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so. And what I say is the truth.
Oh, holy crap. No, it's not. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
I don't wanna.
Judge, you're not going to say anything about what she just said? You know, like, because anything I say is the truth. Like, you're not going to say, oh, hell no, it's not, and you should be held in contempt of court for what the hell you've been making us go through.
If it operated, never mind. We're not gonna get into this discussion. All right.
No.
Gosh. Okay. I just can't right now. I just can't. Oh.
It's okay. You can do it.
Okay. All right. Now this one should obviously be easy if you paid attention. You gotta go to the last statement. Hold on. Nope. Oh my god. Why can't it just automatically just go?
That is one of the things about the Ace Attorney series. Like, at least in the first few games, it's like, I wish it was a little more streamlined, but what can you do?
Yeah. Anyway, so he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Okay, if he was wearing the costume, then how could there have been fingerprints on the knife? Okay, you want to present the knife here. I just want to get her over with. Just present the mug.
Just take the mug, jeez. Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all. Not yet, anyway. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? Whose cars are we driving?
Oh boy.
If Mr. On-Guard was really in a Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Well, yeah.
He's right. Oh, that's right. Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
Yes.
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on a murder weapon?
Ooh.
There's no way he would do something like that. However, there's one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as a Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk to the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known the defendant and the victim had bad blood between them. Well, yes, I've heard of that. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intentions of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
Yeah, there is a contradiction.
This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On-Guard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
And what was that whole big deal earlier about not predestination, premeditated? Premeditated. It's the knife, so you want to present that here.
Pharaoh fever?
Yes.
This knife. This was used by Mr. Ungard at a dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant had held no intent to murder.
Ooh.
If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. What?
Supposition.
Why did that doesn't? I don't know why do I feel like they didn't use that word correctly?
There's
And again,
a lot of words in here that they don't use correctly, but I am not judging.
I could be totally wrong here. I mean, you know me.
I do.
And one, and one more thing. If the murderer was wearing a costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive.
Oh.
And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Crap, he's got a point.
Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would a murderer do such a thing?
Oh, not to hide the murder method, that's stupid. To frame Matt on guard!
I'll just ignore that. It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course. To frame... Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Oh?
God! Witness!
Uh-oh.
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy?
Witness, did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying that you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure.
Huh? She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside the security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct, witness?
The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida.
Maybe... Phoenix! Maybe the old back was waiting around for that person.
If it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Or, Mia, you can just tell us and save us a lot of heartache. But, right?
Well, it's Mia. You know how difficult she is.
That's true. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
And you wouldn't guess who would it be, would you? It would be Adrian Andrews. And
But why?
Yes, we'll explain why.
Why am I doing that?
I don't know.
Who's this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... I see. The judge seems to be really into that article. If it can even call such a thing. Then this manager with the initials AA. Are you saying that it's... Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff.
Witness? What in the world are you?
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
Mia, no, don't say that.
I've got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
BS. Well, Miss Edgeworth, how would you proceed with from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you youngins.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
I like how the sound effect kept going.
I know, it's like, stop it, stop it!
Oh boy. This is getting really old.
Cliffhanger, 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 cliffhanger,
Alright guys,
cliffhanger.
we will leave. That'll be it for this episode.
Woo!
Shut up.
Alright.
God, I swear. We were almost done with this trial. Hopefully we can get that acquittal soon, because if we don't, Maya's doomed.
No!
Maya, no!
Doomed!
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and if no one's told you that they love you today, I do.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yes, sirree. I'll stop now, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Of course.